The story began at a raucous party. Amidst the laughter and clinking glasses, a man named Cole meandered through the house, searching for his elusive brother, Ducat. Ducat's absence was no accident, for he was locked away in a room from which Cole was determined to liberate him. With a mighty crash, the door yielded to Cole's insistence, revealing Ducat, shirtless and muttering to himself. It was a scene too bizarre for anyone's camera to resist, but Cole didn't care. He yelled at the onlookers, commanding them to stop their filming, but fate had other plans. In a shocking turn, Ducat lunged at Cole, a knife glinting ominously. Chaos ensued, and Ducat eventually fled the house, driving the blade into his own eye, leaving partygoers awestruck and horrified. The film cuts to the main story of the movie. A young woman named Mia was grappling with the second anniversary of her mother Ria's tragic death. Mia believed it had been an accidental overdose that claimed her mother's life. She resided with her father, Max, but their communication was distant and strained. As the weight of her loss pressed upon her, Mia sought solace in the company of her best friend Jade and her younger brother Riley, who also had their mother, Sue, by their side. One fateful evening, while picking up Riley from a friend's house, they stumbled upon a grievously injured kangaroo in the middle of the road. Its pained moans tugged at their hearts. Riley, in a moment of compassion and determination, suggested ending its suffering. Mia hesitated but ultimately chose mercy over cruelty. Jade, with a sparkle of mischief in her eye, convinced Mia to join her at a party, largely because Jade's boyfriend, Daniel, would be there. Riley, always eager for an adventure, tagged along. The party was hosted by Joss and Haley and held an eerie aura. They unveiled an embalmed hand, covered in mysterious inscriptions, setting the stage for a game meant to conjure spirits. Mia, perhaps seeking answers about her mother's death, volunteered to go first. As Haley lit a candle and chanted incantations, Mia held the hand and said the words, "Talk to me." To her astonishment, she glimpsed the spirit of an elderly man. Fear initially gripped her, but she found the courage to continue. However, her subsequent encounter was with a grotesque-looking woman. Mia's demeanor shifted, and she spoke in a haunting, threatening voice towards Riley before the hand was wrested from her grip. Later, the group repeated the game at Jade's house while Sue was away. It led to encounters with the undead, even a moment where Daniel was possessed, inadvertently kissing Jade and Riley's pet dog. Riley, despite protests about his age, insisted on participating. They limited his turn to less than a minute, but something sinister took hold. It seemed like the spirit of Rhea spoke through Riley, revealing her longing for Mia. Chaos ensued, and Riley nearly harmed himself before being rushed to the hospital. Mia attempted to visit Riley at the hospital, only to be met with cold shoulders from Jade and Sue, who blamed her for the ordeal. In her loneliness, Mia grew closer to Daniel, harboring a secret crush on him. One eerie night, she witnessed a ghastly vision of an old woman sucking on Daniel's foot. To her horror, she realized she was the one performing the bizarre act. Driven by desperation, Mia seized the hand for herself and endeavored to communicate with Rhea's spirit. In a surreal revelation, Mia learned that her mother's death was not an accident. Rhea assured her that she would never willingly leave her daughter and conveyed that Riley was in agony, requiring help. While Jade tried to assist Riley at the hospital, he remained possessed, inflicting harm upon Jade before medical professionals intervened. Mia, Daniel, Haley, and Joss banded together, seeking guidance from Cole, who blamed Joss for introducing Ducat to the cursed hand. Cole disclosed that the spirits grew weaker the longer they resided within Riley, and the only option was to wait it out. Mia, however, refused to accept this fate and hatched a daring plan to complete the game. She believed they had never truly extinguished the candle's flame. Accompanied by Jade, Mia returned to the hospital, attempting to lure the spirits back into Riley to free him from their torment, but their efforts proved futile. Undeterred, Mia ventured deeper and encountered a spirit of a young girl who unveiled a horrifying truth. Riley was besieged by malevolent spirits beyond imagination. Returning home, Max, Mia's father, approached her, ready to unveil the dark secret behind Rhea's demise. He revealed Rhea's suicide note, confirming that her death had not been an accident. Mia's world crumbled as she cried alone in her room. Amidst her tears, she saw Ria's spirit once more, contradicting Max's claims and insisting that Riley was in agony, with salvation only attainable through death. A struggle ensued as Mia attempted to fend off the spirit, accidentally injuring her father in the process. Little did she know that malevolent spirits were orchestrating this macabre dance. Mia cunningly manipulated Jade into leaving the hospital and returning home, while she returned to the hospital and confronted Sue. Sue absolved Mia of blame for Riley's plight and left them alone. Mia, torn between compassion and despair, attempted to end Riley's suffering with a pair of scissors but faltered. In a chilling climax, Mia wheeled Riley toward oncoming traffic, viewing him as a wretched, decaying spirit. Just as she released the wheelchair, Jade arrived in the nick of time, pushing Mia into the path of an oncoming car. In the blink of an eye, Mia awakened, her surroundings disorienting. Unbeknownst to her, she was now in a hospital room, where Riley had made a miraculous recovery, escorted home by Jade and Sue. Max too had seemingly recovered, but as Mia attempted to follow them, her voice went unheard. As the hospital lights dimmed, a faint glimmer beckoned her. Mia reached out, grasping a hand. Suddenly, she found herself transported to another corner of the world, facing a man playing the ominous, talk to me, game, now an unwilling participant in a twisted tale of spirits and suffering.